have presented to Parliament a bill on the funding of higher education. You are all aware that for a long time we've had challenges in how we fund our higher education. The first model that we had was a DUC model, where government was supposed to be funding education at 80%. But because of financial restrictions, it was only able to fund about 38%, leaving our universities with a serious debt gap. Leading, in fact, some 23 also universities being technically insolvent. We then introduced a model known as the student-centered model, which was introduced in 2023 by this government. That model had something called the means testing instrument. The means testing instrument was testing parents instead of students. In other words, the question was asked, what is the capacity of this parent to support the funding of their children in university? When you think about it, if, for example, you are graduating like you are graduating today, and you are a law graduate, or an engineer, or a teacher, or a doctor, the means testing instrument was testing your parent, who is neither an engineer, or a doctor, or a teacher. And therefore, where the parent was not determined as having the capacity to fund the doctor or the engineer, the students then had to change courses to take a course that the parent is able to afford. We've changed that thinking and said, let us fund the future of the student. In other words, we are now going to fund an engineer instead of the peasant farmer. And with that tweak, we are now able to get stakeholders and our partners who are crowding in and putting in resources enough to fund each and every student who is entering our tertiary institutions fully. That is the bill that is in Parliament, and once it becomes law, together with the contributions of government and other stakeholders, we will have enough resources to ensure that we are funding higher education students 100%, both tuition and upkeep.